But you can make time for Lucy in this recipe today. Lucy is with us on a Wednesday. It's good to see you, friend.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah, we're not talking tacos. We're talking something, in my opinion, that is so Southern and really needed with the weather that's coming this way.
It's starting to feel good.
Yeah.
Chicken and dumplings is one of my favorites. And I don't even think I've made it on the show before, which of course, it's something that you can do a lot of different ways. But the way that we're going to do it is, of course, simple. And you could even do it even more simple by using a rotisserie chicken. Of course, that's a great option and something that I've definitely done before. But today we're just going to use raw chicken and kind of go through the process.
Yeah.
So what I already have in this pot is what we're going to put together right here, and it's already simmered and ready to go for us to move forward. So today I'm using chicken thighs. You can use, and they have the skin on and the bones still in them, and you could also use a whole chicken. You could use chicken breast. You could use whatever you'd like. I was just using thighs today, and something like this, you know, thighs are a great value in the store. They're a little bit less cost than breast, and so it's really a good option too. And a lot of people like dark meat. So anyway, this is 6 chicken thighs, and already I have 8 cups of water. I'm going to add 4 more, so it's going to be 12 cups of water. And I have 2 celery stalks that it doesn't matter, we're gonna take this out later, just chopped up. I have half of an onion, whatever onion I just had red, so that's what I used. And 2 carrots. See, I didn't even peel the carrots, just washed them. So we're just gonna use this flavoring and not worry about getting them chopped up, because we're just gonna take them out.
Right.
And then I have 3 chicken bouillon cubes and half a teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. So at this point, we're just gonna let that simmer for about 30-35 minutes until that chicken cooks through. And then that's where we are right now.
Yeah.
So we've already done this, and so the next step is just taking out the chicken and the vegetables. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that over the break, and I'm just gonna discard the vegetables because we don't need them anymore.
Yeah.
And once this chicken gets cool enough to handle, I'm going to pull it off the bone, throw away the skin and the bones, and then this chicken will be ready to put back in later.
I cannot wait for the finished product. I love chicken and dumplings. My mom has made it forever. But I love the way you're making it today. It's always nice to see another recipe, and this looks really yummy, but also really easy too. Sometimes making a broth or a stock intimidates me, and this just shows that it's not too much.
Yeah, it's so simple, and we're just gonna use the frozen dumplings today. There's a couple options in the store. This is just the one that I grabbed. Of course, you could make your own dumplings, but I'm not gonna do that.
See, my mom does that, and that's what I tell her, I'm like, I don't have the time, I don't have the talents, like, I just need something easy. And so this is a good alternative if you are like Lucy and I and just don't have time right now to make the dumplings. So we will have the rest of the recipe next on Studio 10.
All right, I'm excited to see how this is all coming together with Lucy from Greer's Chicken and Dumplings. So tell me about this dumpling you're using right now.
Okay, so we talked earlier, chicken and dumplings, people make a lot of different ways, and the dumpling options are definitely vast. Of course, you can make your own, which I don't really care to do, but you can certainly do that, and a lot of people make them like this, where they're really, really thin.
Okay.
Some people make them and they're a little bit thicker, and then some people do it more like a biscuit. You've probably seen that too.
Sure.
The ones I'm just using, we sell a couple different frozen options. This is just the one that I bought today. It's a 12-ounce pack, and it comes, like I said, frozen, and there are little sheets between each layer. So each layer has strips like this, and of course, and again, you can do it any which way. You could put them in whole. I like to just, for easy eating, I like to just break them up into thirds, but you know, they're gonna kind of break again. So however you wanna break them up. And you can put them in frozen, you can put them in, these have defrosted just a little bit. So I'm just getting these ready, and our broth is already ready. So I'll tell y'all what I did over here. We put in 6 chicken thighs, a couple carrots, celery, half of an onion, 3 bouillon cubes, and just a little bit of salt and pepper. And that, at this point, would simmer for 30 or 35 minutes, just until that chicken is cooked. And that's what we already did here.
Gotcha.
So already I did that, removed the chicken and the vegetables, and we're just left with our broth. So at this point, we are going to put in 1 can. I like to use cream of mushroom soup. Most people use cream of chicken. I'm just kind of weird about cream of chicken for some reason. I always have been. I just don't care for it. So I always just use cream of mushroom. But you can use so weird. You can use cream of chicken if you want to. And I also use cream of mushroom and cream of celery in my chicken pot pie. Just don't like cream of chicken. I'm not sure if I'm going to use 1 or 2 cans. So I got 2 cans open. I'm just going to see how this looks. I'm going to whisk in 1 can here, and then I'm going to start dropping in our dumplings, and those are going to take about 30 minutes to cook through. We're just going to
Now, when you drop them in, are you going to drop it like it's hot, or?
I'm going to drop them in one at a time. I'm not going to drop them all in at one time like it's hot. I'm going to drop them in like you want to be careful with these little guys. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and add the other can because I want it to be a little thicker. I just wasn't sure. But yeah, one at a time. Once you break them up, and you can, of course, break them up into the pot as you go. I was just getting a little bit of a head start, but don't dump them in all at once because they're going to stick together if you do that. So, and you do want to kind of stir them a little bit every few minutes as they cook. So, that, and then over the break, I'm going to pull apart our chicken so it'll be ready to go in at the end.
So basically then, on the dance floor is the only place you drop it like that.
Actually, I'm more of like a wallflower. I'm not a big dancer, so I'm not dropping it like it's hot anywhere.
All right.
Unless I've had a couple cocktails.
We're going to continue to show you how to make this recipe.
All right, Jen, thank you. Cold front coming into town for the weekend. Chicken and dumplings sound perfect for it.
Absolutely. So we're kind of in our final stages. We made our broth. I just pulled our chicken.
Yeah.
That was 6 chicken thighs, and we just did some water, some bouillon cubes, some vegetables. And then we took that chicken and vegetable out of the pot, and we added in 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup and our 1 pack of frozen dumplings.
Yep.
So those have been simmering now. We just had a little bit of salt and pepper in there too. And at this point, it is time to add our chicken. And if at any point this gets too thick, you know, after you add your chicken, after the dumplings cook, you can certainly add as much water as you'd like if you need to thin it out. But this is kind of a, and it could be, you know, thicker too.
Right.
So, but this is a pretty good consistency, but some people, you know, may want it a little bit thinner, especially if they're under the weather and they want a little bit more broth.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you get chicken and dumplings and they're really thick. And also, if you do cool this down and you have leftovers, you will need to add some water because it will thicken up, of course, as it cools. But this looks like a pretty good consistency. And we are ready to eat as soon as those dumplings. These are really thin.
Yeah.
There's a couple options in the frozen food section. These are really, really thin, so they don't take quite as long to cook. But if you have one that's a little bit thicker, just, you know, just like pasta, just take a little bit, and as soon as they're cooked through, it'll be good. So we're ready to eat, and this will be good. Like you and Johnny and Scotty for a few days.
I am telling you, you guys, Lucy came on a few weeks ago. We made your 15-bean soup with Kaneka. It was so good. Now keep in mind, we only have 2 big humans that eat, and maybe the small one, she'll eat a little thing, a little beans here and there. But it literally fed us for like 3 days. I cooked it on Friday, and I think we finished it Monday night for dinner. And here's the thing, we didn't get tired of it.
I'm so glad.
I'm just over here making all of Lucy's recipes.
Yay.
This is one I will make again. I mentioned my mom makes it homemade. It's too intimidating for me. I don't have time. And this smells just like how she makes it. And it's a lot easier for me if you're a busy mom or you're busy and you just need something to cook throughout the week. Lucy's Chicken and Dumplings.
Yes, and also if you haven't gone down to the store yet, we are in Burger Week to support Restore Mobile.
Yeah.
So our St. Louis store has a great burger that we came up with. So it runs through Saturday. So you have today all the way until closing on Saturday. And don't forget to vote for us if we're your favorite.
What do you have in it? Something fruit?
It's called Life's a Beach Burger.
Yeah.
And so there's a grilled pineapple chutney and tahini avocado mayo. We have chipotle gouda, some cotija cheese, and the brioche bun is nice and soft, and our Black Angus ground chuck is the meat, and so it's really good.
Yeah.
So if you are feeling like supporting Restore Mobile and Greer's, go by and try our burger.
Yes, and if you maybe aren't a burger fan like your kids, you can also get chicken tenders and mac and cheese like I saw you post.
Yes, you can get anything else in the store, absolutely.
Yes, but we encourage the burger until Saturday. Lucy, thank you. She's going to be back with us next week with another great meal.